Did you ever stand for a while and watch a professional fly fisherman at work and wonder how he could catch so many fish? Damon Spurgeon, the expert fly fisherman for Outside Again Adventures TV, is going to show you today how to use a dropper rig. Outside Again Adventures TV Online is brought to you in part by these fine sponsors.
I'm Damon Spurgeon with Outside Again Adventures TV Online, and today we'll be fishing the Merrimack River. I'm going to be focusing on one nymphing pattern in particular, and that is the dropper rig. It's my personal favorite, but I'd like to throw in a few more popular ones and just show you all when to fish them, how to fish them, how to rig them, all that good stuff, so stay with us.
If you can get the river creatures to light on your hand, it's got to be a good omen. Damon would rather fly fish than eat, so he gets right to it. Today he's fishing the Merrimack River right at the juncture of Merrimack Spring Park's Spring Branch and the Merrimack River. Merrimack Spring Park is one of 4 trout parks in the state where daily put and take trout fishing takes place. A lot of the fish that are stocked in Merrimack Spring Park make their way downstream to the Merrimack River, so Damon is fishing in a very popular fishing area, yet he catches a fish very quickly. Damon indicates that he's got a good fish, but even the best of fly fishermen often tell the tale about the big one that got away. Damon doesn't waste any time whining about a lost fish because he knows there's tons of rainbows and brown trout in the Merrimack River. He's meticulous with his methods because they're tried and true. Damon's been fishing since he's 4 years old, and he's a walking encyclopedia when it comes to fly fishing for trout. Damon's got another good fish, and there's nothing like watching the arch in a 4-weight fly rod.
That's on the top.
Well, there's another one going back into the Merrimack River to be caught another day.
I'd like to talk a little bit about how I'm fishing today, and I'm currently at the upper part of the Merrimack. And behind us here you can see is Merrimack Springs State Park, south of St. James, Missouri. And it literally pumps hundreds of thousands of gallons of oxygen-rich water. We're fishing an area now that this water coming in is a lot warmer. And basically what I'm trying to do is I've got a dropper system set up. This is one of my favorite ways to fish. And usually I keep a dropper. I like to keep it 6 to 8 inches apart. I'll talk more about this towards the end of the show with various knots and different setups and what's preferable to most and things like that. But this is my favorite setup. And like I said, I'll explain in detail later. I've got probably 20 inches in between. I'm working a meathead pheasant tail on top, and I've got an olive-colored scud on the bottom. And so what I'm doing is I'm letting that bounce on the bottom and then letting the pheasant tail work up higher in the water.
Damon is an aggressive angler, and it's as if he communicates with his flies through the mending of his line. This guy is a trout whisperer, if I've ever seen one.
Just caught my first ground here on the Merrimack. He took the lower fly. It was the olive scud. It's like a small male, but this river is chock full of browns this size, and there are some monsters lurking around every corner.
There are few things in nature as beautiful as a free-flowing trout stream, and every fly fisherman spends his days at work dreaming of being on the river with his favorite fly rod in hand. American literature is full of trout, fly fishermen, and the rivers they fish. Damon seems to have read them all. There's no doubt about it, fly fishing is full of suspense and romance, and Damon waxes poetic as he works the magic with his favorite fly rod. Damon would be the first to tell you that there's a great deal of satisfaction to be had from putting all the mechanics of fly fishing together in the right order, utilizing your efforts on the stream, and hooking up with a rainbow trout.
This would be my point fly or the bottom fly if he took that top fly. He took that red brassy, skirted brassy, and in my left hand would be the point fly, which is the scud. The fly's doing what they should be on the bottom. Now with this dropper rig too, a lot of people are hesitant to look at it and say, crazy. You don't, it's going to be a nightmare on your first cast. And you know, the only thing I've noticed with it is the lighter tippet. This is 7X tippet. Got 2.4 pounds, I believe.
Maintaining control of your fly line so that your flies drift the same speed as the current is paramount to getting consistent hookups. Through tens of thousands of casts over the years, Damon has perfected this technique. Getting out early will help you avoid the floating crowd, but they will eventually catch up. And as Damon points out a little later in the show, floaters seldom ever affect the fishing. Floaters passing by enjoyed watching Damon fight this fish, but it got off. But they didn't have to worry, he would soon hook up again. It's nice having an audience watch you fly fish, especially when you're catching fish.
There's that brassy. There's the red brassy. On the upper fly. On the point fly, which was what Scott, he was tail down. when it rounded off. Another beautiful Merrimack rainbow. This is Merrimack Spring Park, directly behind me here, and I just kind of wanted to take a brief second to show you all. This here is one of the main runs for a huge part of tourism here in the St. James and Stillville areas. Hoosall Valley is a major contributor to this. It's a fantastic place, and they fill the water with floaters from all around the country. This is one of the main drags that several other companies do take, and as you can see, I'm here within feet, no more than probably 50 foot from a lot of these people. I caught numerous fish right on the bow of many kayaks and everything else. It's as fun for me as it is for them. A lot of these people have never seen a trout and have lots of questions and things like that, and they're always very cordial, very nice. You know, it's just as much them. I want them to have a good time as much as I do. So work with them as best as you can. It's not going to affect the fish, and we all have equal rights to be out here. So don't let it deter.
The best fish of the day breaks the leader.
That there might have been the fish of the day. I switched to an egg pattern, and it's really tough. I had a San Juan up above it, beadhead San Juan, hoping to get a little bit of weight. And then bump in the bottom, I had a size 22 egg pattern, a little bitty beadhead on it. He hit it the first drift, and then the second drift, which doesn't happen very often, but he did his part. He took it again. I don't know which fly he took. I would surmise probably the egg pattern. And he got a souvenir. He had 2 flies. So I'm going to bring it back up. I think this time I'm going to keep both eggs same level. I'm going to bump bottom with both of them. 2 is better than 1. So hopefully I'll know pretty quick if that is what he took. But I'm pretty confident that's what it is. So we'll see. Are called the freshwater shrimp, or primarily people call them the scuds. I guess their correct name is freshwater shrimp. It's obviously not something that you can eat on the Super Bowl. You'd need quite a few of them. But you'll find these guys always on the bottom. And as you can see, this one here is relatively close to the same color, but not really. Well, the moss is primarily always green. So what these guys will do is they'll mow probably up to 10 times in their lifetime, and they're going to stick to that moss. And whenever they stick to that moss, they're going to take on that color. So I'd say pretty well close to 100% of all the scuds that you'll find here in the Missouri Ozarks will take this olive color. And that shows the importance of using that point fly. Your bottom fly should always be a scud. A scud's not something that you're going to fish up in the water column. It just, again, that's Ozzy Osbourne going to a Yanni concert this time. It's just not something that just doesn't make any sense. Maybe in a park here and there you can catch a fish on that are starving to death, I guess, but I just thought, you know, I'd take a few minutes to show you guys that, and it's common sense to basically turn over the rocks again. I know I hit on this a lot, but just do it. It's something it's not going to lie to you. So these are awfully small. These are probably a size 22 or smaller fly. It's something to play with, you know. Don't go and automatically start casting a translucent scud. It's probably not going to bode well for you. But again, turn over rocks, look at moss. It'll tell you every time.
Today's episode of Outside Again Adventures TV Online was sponsored in part by J. Cook Fly Rods of Salem, Missouri. They're your fly fishing specialists.